The rain hammered the funeral home windows like accusations Ethan had long silenced in his chest. At 32, he stood tall in the sea of black suits, his father's empire crumbling around him in whispers and sidelong glances. But when the lawyer's voice cracked the silence, "To my son, Ethan, I leave nothing," the room spun. And Ethan's world shattered not with a bang, but with the cold finality of a door slammed on his heart forever. He'd always known his father saw him as the flaw in the family armor, the gay son who dared to love differently in a world of boardrooms and bravado. Richard Hale had built Hale Industries from a garage tinkering with circuit boards into a tech behemoth spanning Silicon Valley to Wall Street, a monument to ruthless ambition. Ethan, the only child, had shadowed him as a boy, memorizing blueprints like prayers, dreaming of approval that never came. Instead, came the silence after Ethan came out at 18, the averted eyes at family dinners, the funding cut for his MIT startup because we don't back distractions. Now, Richard was gone, heart attack at 68. Mid-negotiation, and the will confirmed it. The company sold to a shadowy consortium for billions. Proceeds to charity. Ethan erased like a faulty line of code. As mourners filed out, Ethan gripped the armrest, knuckles white, vowing silently, "You built it thinking I'd break. Watch me rebuild it on your ruins." The drive back to his Manhattan loft blurred through tears he refused to let fall. Ethan parked haphazardly in the garage, stormed upstairs, and poured a Scotch neat, the amber liquid burning like the bile in his throat. His phone buzzed, texts from colleagues offering condolences, oblivious to the knife twist. He ignored them, pulling up his laptop instead. For months, under the alias Vanguard Partners, he'd been the ghost bidder, siphoning funds from his venture capital firm, Echelon Ventures, which he bootstrapped into a 9-figure powerhouse despite his father's disdain. It started as spite 2 years ago, when Richard cut ties after Ethan brought his then-boyfriend to a gala. "This isn't a sideshow," his father had hissed in the coat room. Ethan left that night, heart splintered, but resolve forged. He funneled every rejection into fuel late nights coding algorithms that predicted market shifts with eerie precision. Deals closed in smoke-filled rooms where he charmed investors with wit sharper than their skepticism. Echelon wasn't just a firm. It was his rebellion. A digital fortress where being gay was irrelevant. Only results mattered. Tonight, the bid closed. Vanguard Dethen had won. Hale Industries was his, veiled in layers of shell companies and NDAs. The irony twisted like a knife. His father, ever the dealmaker, had signed away his legacy to his own blood without a clue. Ethan leaned back, staring at the confirmation email, a ghost of a smile cracking his lips. Revenge tasted bittersweet, laced with the ache of what might have been a father proud. Not pitying, but dawn brought doubt. He paced his loft, floor-to-ceiling windows framing the Hudson's gray churn. Was this victory or just another cage? His reflection in the glass showed a man hardened by years of proving himself twice over, once for his name, once for his love. He thought of Marcus, the ex who'd bailed when Ethan's obsession with the bid turned him into a ghost. "You're chasing a dead man's ghost," Marcus had said, packing bags in their Brooklyn brownstone. Ethan had nodded, too buried to fight. A knock shattered the reverie. Through the peephole, Alex Rivera, the hotshot mergers lawyer who'd become his unlikely confidant over whiskey-fueled strategy sessions. At 29, Alex was a vision tall, olive-skinned Latino with ink-black hair swept back, green eyes that pierced like spotlights, and a smile that disarmed boardrooms. They'd met at a tech conference in Austin, bonding over bad barbecue and shared disdain for corporate dinosaurs. Alex knew the plan, had drafted the proxies, but only half the truth, Ethan's queerness, the wound fueling it all. "Ethan, open up. Man, I know you're in there plotting world domination. Alex's voice, warm baritone edged with concern, pulled him to the door. Ethan yanked it open, forcing a grin. Domination starts with coffee. Black. 2 sugars. Alex stepped in, shedding his wool coat, revealing a fitted gray sweater hugging his athletic frame, remnants of his college lacrosse days. Heard about the will. Brutal. You okay? As okay as a guy who just inherited his dad's ghost. Ethan busied himself in the kitchen, the sleek marble island a barrier against the vulnerability creeping in. Alex leaned against it, arms crossed, watching with that lawyer's scrutiny. The bid cleared at 4 a.m. Congrats. Mr. He'll wait. No. Mr. Vanguard. Whatever alias you're rocking today. Ethan slid the mug over, their fingers brushing a spark neither acknowledged, though Ethan's pulse betrayed him. It's done. But now what? Announce it. Watch the headline scream, "Prodigal Son's coup." Or let it simmer. Dismantle from within. Alex sipped, eyes never leaving Ethan's. You dismantle nothing. You rebuild. Make it your queer-inclusive policies. Diverse boards. The works. Turn his empire into something human. The word queer hung, casual from Alex's lips, stirring envy in Ethan. Alex was out and unapologetic, dating freely in the city's vibrant scene, while Ethan armored his heart post-Marcus. Easy for you to say. You didn't grow up under that thumb. Alex set the mug down, stepping closer, the air thickening. No, but I grew up dodging my own abuelo, calling it a phase. Tia praying over rosaries. I get the fire. Use it. Ethan met his gaze, the green depths pulling like a current. For a heartbeat, the room shrank to just the rain pattering, steam rising, unspoken tension coiling. Then Ethan broke away, clearing his throat. Right. Fire. Let's map the transition plan. They dove in, laptops open on the island, whiteboards scribbled with timelines. Alex's mind was a scalpel, slicing through legal knots Ethan overlooked in his fury. Hours blurred, laughter punctuating dry clauses, Alex mimicking Richard's bombast, Ethan retorting with tech jargon that left them both wheezing. By noon, the outline gleamed, phased reveal, starting with key hires loyal to Ethan's vision. As Alex packed up, he paused at the door. Dinner tonight. Not strategy, actual food. My treat. To the victor. Ethan hesitated, the invite laced with something softer. Yeah. Pick you up at 8. Alone again. Ethan exhaled, heart racing. This wasn't just business anymore. Alex saw him, not the heir, not the secret bidder, but the man scarred and striving. For the first time since the funeral, hope flickered, fragile as a new code compiling. But shadows lingered. That afternoon, a courier delivered a sealed envelope, Richard's personal effects from the safe. Inside, faded photos of Ethan as a kid, gap-toothed grin beside his father's workbench, a dog-eared notebook of invention sketches they'd shared, and a letter, undated, in Richard's scrawl. Son, if you're reading this, I've failed you worse than I feared. The company was my armor against a world that chews dreamers. I pushed you to fit it, fearing you'd break. Forgive an old fool. Or hate Mirnit. Tears blurred the ink. Ethan crumpled it, then smoothed it flat. Hate warred with grief. But beneath pulsed a question, had the sale been punishment? Or protection? He pocketed the letter, resolve hardening. Tomorrow, he'd step into Hale's C-suite as a ghost. But tonight, with Alex, he'd remember how to live. The cab ride to Alex's West Village brownstone crawled through rush hour. Ethan's mind a whirlwind. Streetlights smeared gold on wet pavement, mirroring the churn inside, elation at the acquisition, terror at the unmasking. And this new pull toward Alex. Dangerous as it was exhilarating. He'd sworn off entanglements. The bid demanded focus. Emotion's a luxury for lesser men. Yet Alex's laugh echoed. His touch lingered like phantom code. Alex buzzed him up. Doors swinging to reveal a space alive with color-vibrant serapes on walls. Succulents crowding shelves. Jazz humming low from speakers. "Welcome to mi casa," Alex said, pecking Ethan's cheek in greeting casual. But the brush of lips ignited sparks. "Hope you like paella. Abuela's recipe. No fishtails." Ethan chuckled, shedding his coat. "As long as it's not vegan, I am reclaiming carnivore rights tonight." The kitchen enveloped them in saffron steam. Alex wielding a wooden spoon like a conductor. Hips swaying to Coltrane. Ethan perched on a stool, wineglass in hand, mesmerized by the ease Alex's stories of law school hijinks in Boston, dodging snowstorms and conservative profs. Ethan's tales of Echelon's wild pivots, like the AI ethics pivot that saved a client from scandal. Over plates heaped with rice golden and studded with shrimp. Chorizo. The conversation deepened. "So, the will," Alex ventured, for pausing. "Not just business. It's personal." Ethan stared at his plate, the steam curling like unspoken truths. "He knew I was gay from college. Never said it outright. But the distance grew. Then the sail erasing me. Felt like confirmation. I'm the mistake he couldn't fix." Alex reached across, hand covering Ethan's swarm. "Steady. Or maybe he couldn't fix himself. My family." Tios whispering Maricon behind rosaries. "But Mom." She flew a pride flag first year out. "People change. Ethan. Or we make them." The touch anchored him, green eyes holding steady. Ethan's thumb traced Alex's knuckles, pulse sinking. "And if I don't want change? Just this." He leaned in, closing the gap, lips meeting in a kiss tentative then fierce salt and spice. Years of restraint unraveling. Alex pulled back first, breathless, grin wolfish. This is a hell of a victory lap. They migrated to the couch, wine forgotten, bodies entwining in a dance of rediscovery. Alex's hands mapped Ethan's skin with reverence. Whispers in Spanish mingling with Ethan's gasps mi amor. Tan fuerte. For hours, the world narrowed to touch and taste. Ethan's walls crumbling under Alex's gentle siege. In the afterglow, tangled in sheets scented with citrus and sweat, Ethan confessed fragments, the letter, the photos, the ache of conditional love. Alex traced patterns on his chest. "You're not a mistake, Ethan. You're the upgrade. Tomorrow, you walk into that boardroom as unapologetic. I'll be there, proxies in hand." Sleep came fitful, dreams of circuit boards morphing into family trees, branches snapping under weight. Dawn filtered through blinds, and Ethan woke to coffee brewing. Alex humming in the kitchen. "Big day? Boss. Suit up." The Hale Industries tower loomed in Midtown like a steel sentinel. Glass facade reflecting Ethan's resolve as he and Alex strode through revolving doors. Whispers trailed them, the interim CEO scrambling post-sale. Staff buzzing about the mystery buyers. In the elevator, Alex squeezed his hand. "Breathe. You're the future." The boardroom was a warren of mahogany and egos. Executives in power ties eyeing the newcomers. Ethan, as Vanguard's rep, took the head seat uninvited. "Gentlemen and ladies." He nodded to the lone woman. "VP of Ops. Meet the new owner." Gasps rippled. "Who the hell are you?" Growled Harlan, Richard's old COO. Face purpling. "Ethan Hale." The name dropped like a virus. Screens flickering as identities synced. Chaos erupted, denials, accusations. Harlan slamming fists. The Will said nothing. This is fraud. Alex rose. Voice silk over steel. Review the contracts. Vanguard is the assignee. And Mr. Hale holds majority. Legally airtight. Fury boiled. But reality sank in. Ethan stood, channeling his father's cadence laced with his own fire. My father built this on innovation. I'll honor that by evolving it. Inclusivity mandates. Equity funds for underrepresented founders. Resist. And find new horizons. The meeting fractured into sidebars. Alliances shifting like sand. By adjournment. Half pledged loyalty. The rest slunk out plotting. In the hall, the VP approached. Eyes gleaming. Your father mentioned you once, the one who got away. Welcome home. Alone in Richard Snow Ethan's office. Overlooking the skyline. Ethan sank into the leather chair. Letter from the safe resurfacing. Alex locked the door. Perching on the desk. How's it feel? Like stealing my own shadow. Ethan pulled him down. Kiss grounding the vertigo. But as Alex left for court, Ethan's phone lit. Anonymous email. Subject, Trader's son. We know your secret. Resign or the world learns how low you'll go. Ice-flooded veins. Blackmail. From Harlan's camp. The game had teeth now. And Ethan's queerness one vulnerability he'd shielded was the bait. He forwarded it to Alex. Then dove into firewalls. Tracing the IP to a burner VPN. Paranoia prickled. Was the Will's cruelty prophetic? As sunset bled red across the city, Ethan vowed, no more hiding. But first, survival. The threat gnawed through the weekend. Ethan holing up in his loft. Screens aglow with digital forensics. Alex crashed there. Takeout cartons piling like fortifications. Their nights a bomb of bodies and banter. This Harlan. Alex mused Sunday morning. Ethan's head on his chest. Classic bully. Probably dug into your past after the bid. Ethan nodded, tracing Alex's collarbone. Found the coming out article from my undergrad paper. Or worse, Marcus blabbing after the split. Vulnerability clawed. Loving Alex felt like exposing wiring to lightning. Alex tilted his chin up. Then we flip it. Go public on your terms, press release, tying the acquisition to your story. Pride in the punchline. Tempting. Terrifying. Monday dawned crisp. Ethan striding into Hale with Alex at his flank. The boardroom simmered. Harlan's glare a laser. Midway through quarterlies. Ethan's tablet pinged another email. Photo of him and Alex kissing outside the brownstone. Timestamped last week. Resign. Or Rainbow Boy gets the boot. Rage surged. Ethan stood, silencing the room. Before we proceed, a clarification. I'm Ethan Hale. Gay. Proud. And your CEO? Leaks. Threats. They'll boomerang. Harlan blanched, but smirked. Bold. Kid. But boards don't bow to bedrooms. The gauntlet thrown. Ethan escalated. By lunch, PR spun a narrative. Ethan Hale reclaims legacy. Champions diversity. Stocks ticked up 3%. Headlines buzzing from CNBC to Pink News. Allies emerged, interns demanding support. The VP leaking Harlan's old boy emails. But retaliation struck vicious. Friday. A tabloid drop. Hale Ayers' bedroom buyout. Was the bid betted. Grainy shots of Ethan and Alex. Twisted innuendo implying corruption. Calls flooded, investors pulling. Partners pausing. Ethan paced the office. Alex on speaker from deposition. Sue for defamation. It's smoke. Not fire. Smoke chokes. Ethan's voice cracked. The empire teetering on his authenticity. That night, in Alex's arms, breakdown came, sobs racking. Confessions spilling, the isolation of closet years. Father's silence echoing like abandonment. Alex held him fierce. You're not alone. Ethan. We're the fire now. Empowered. They countered. Viral video. Ethan rawed oppressor. My father sold to me blind. I bought back not for revenge, but redemption for every kid like me. Told to hide. Hale Industries stands for all. Backlash flipped. Hale pride trended. Donations surged to LGBTQ funds. Harlan resigned amid probes. Board stacked with reformers. Weeks blurred in triumph. Policies rolled. First Pride float sponsored. Yet closure beckoned. Ethan flew to the family cabin in the Adirondacks. Richard's ashes scattered there per will. Snow-dusted pines as he sat by the lake. Letter in hand. Finally reading aloud. Forgive. Or hey, turn it. Tears froze on cheeks. I choose understand. Dad. We both hid. Back in the city. Alex waited. Ring box and pocket a promise amid rebuilt ruins. Ethan knelt first. Reversing tradition. Build with me. Yes. Alex breathed. Sealing it. In boardrooms reborn. Love unhidden. Ethan proved. Legacies aren't inherited, theory rewritten. One brave line at a time. Ethan's first week as unchallenged CEO blurred into a frenzy of reinvention. The tower humming with fresh energy. Mornings started with Alex's coffee run, stolen kisses in service elevators. His green eyes sparkling with mischief. Fuel for the revolution. Me Ray. Afternoons devoured strategy, sunsetting outdated patents. Incubating queer-led startups in a dedicated wing. Evenings. They collapsed into Ethan's loft. Bodies mapping progress. Whispers weaving futures. But ghosts persisted. Saturday. A package Aravedno sender. Just a vintage Polaroid. Young Ethan. 10. Grinning beside Richard at a science fair. Blue ribbons clutched. Back scrawled. Proud then. Sorry now. Ethan's chest tightened. Had his father penned it pre-death? Or a forgery to unsettle? He showed Alex over brunch at a Hell's Kitchen spot. Rainbow flags fluttering outside. Feels like manipulation. Harlan's ghosting. Alex chewed thoughtfully. Fork spearing eggs. Or closure. Test at carbon date if you're paranoid. But Ethan, this city's eating it up. Your approval's at 87%. True, media pivoted from scandal to saga. Forbes profiling the buyback prince. Out magazine crowning him icon. Yet doubt nipped was authenticity armor or Achilles heel. That night, at a gala for the Trevor Project, Ethan keynote. Voice steady. I bought my birthright to say, you belong in every room. Applause thundered. Alex's hand warm in his under the table. Post-speech. A silver-haired man approached Victor Lang, Richard's college roommate. Now philanthropist. Your dad spoke of you often brilliant. Unbreakable. The sale. He feared you'd outshine him. Victor slipped a USB. His real journals. Read before you judge. Home. Ethan plugged it in. Alex curled beside. Entry scrolled. Richard's youth. Bootstrapping amid homophobic taunts for a soft, drawing hobby. Marriage to Ethan's mom. Strained by unspoken griefs. Ethan's birth. My mirror. Sharper. Then. Post coming out. I freeze him out. Terrified he'll face my old wolves. Cowardice. Not contempt. Tears pricked. He was scared for me. Alex kissed his temple. And you? Scared now? Less. The revelation softened edges. Ethan greenlighting a memorial fund in Richard's name for STEM scholarships. No strings. Monday brought curveball, board vote on expansion Shanghai plant. Cheap labor whispers. Ethan nixed it. Ethics over expedience. We source local. Pay fair. Dissent brewed old guard like Evelyn. Finance chief. Cornering him, noble. But profits dip. Investors bolt. Let them. But dip they did. Stocks sliding 5%. Alex, in crisis mode. Drafted contingencies. Their war room the loft. Pizza boxes fortressing the bed. Pivot to green tech your algorithms for carbon tracking. Sell the vision. Ethan nodded. But tension simmered. Midweek. A hookup app ping anonymous profile. Relive the buyout. Attached. Deep fake of Ethan in compromising pose. Heart sank. Leaks evolving to fabrication. Enough. He traced to a disgruntled ex-echelon coder. Poached by Harlan. Lawsuit filed dawn. Press tipped. By noon. Apology trended. Coder fired publicly. Vindication tasted hollow. That evening. Walking Central Park. Alex sensed the fracture. You're carrying the weight solo. Ethan stopped under a sycamore. Leaves rustling confessions. What if I fail them all the kids watching? Dad's shadows long. Alex framed his face. Then we carry together. Mary Mepperper. Tomorrow. Laughter bubbled. Tension breaking. Bossy lawyer. Your lawyer. They kissed fierce. Joggers blurring by. The wedding Vegas whim. Chapel neon lit. Elvis officiating via proxy sealed in absurdity and joy. Back in New York. Rings glinting. Ethan unveiled the fund, $50 million. First recipients tearful at ceremony. Evelyn thawed. Pitching inclusive audits. Months mounted milestones. Hale's valuation soared on ethical AI. Pride campaigns viral. But Adirondacks called again anniversary trip. Ashes echo. By the lake. Ethan scattered forget-me-nots. Alex's hand in his. He'd be proud. Damn right. Alex grinned, pulling him close. In ripples widening. Ethan learned, forgiveness isn't erasure. But expansion loves code. Infinite loops of grace. Reentry post-honeymoon hit, like turbulence Hale's Q2 reports glowing. But whispers of union stirrings in the Valley Labs. Ethan dove in. Alex consulting on labor clauses. Their partnership seamless. Ethan's vision. Alex's precision. Home life bloomed adopting a rescue mutt. Luna, who yipped at dawn, runs along the high line. Tails wagging in sync. Yet fractures spidered. Anonymous board memo circulated. Hale's heartstrings, sentiment sinking ROI. Authored pseudonymously. It lambasted woke overhauls. Citing 2% margin slip. Ethan traced it to Evelyn's ally. A venture capitalist with Harlan ties. Confrontation in her office. This undermines us all. She folded arms. Steel gray bob unmoving. Truth hurts. Ethan. Your personal crusade alienates whales. Whales who prey on workers. He slid printout across. Resign or retract. She chose latter. But damage lingered investor jitters. A key partner hedging. Alex. Over late night tie. Urged double down. Host a summit LGBTQ innovators. Showcase wins. The idea ignited. Hale Horizon, bridging codes. They branded. Filling the tower with coders. Activists. Drag queens pitching apps. Keynote, Ethan and Alex. Hands linked. Love coded this company anew. Crowd roared. Deals sparked $200M in commitments. Evelyn attended. Thawing further. Co-authoring a op-ed, from skeptic to ally. Triumph crested. But personal tides turned. A call from Aunt Lydia. Richard's sister in Boston. Your father's safe unopened box. Come. Road trip ensued. Alex driving the Audi through autumn blaze. The Hale homestead loomed colonial. Ivy cloaked. Lydia. Frail in pearls. Hugged fierce. He kept your room pristine trophies. That robot you built. Upstairs. Dust motes danced in sun shafts. Shelves groaned with relics. Legos fused into spaceships. Journals Ethan pinned at 12. Dreaming circuits. The box, letters bound in twine. Addressed to Richard but unsent. Ethan's hands trembled unfolding. Dad, why the silence? I ace quantum. But your email. Focus on priorities. Am I not? Dated freshman year. Deeper, Richard's replies. Drafted never sent. Son. Fear grips your world harsher than mine. Hide till armored. God. Forgive my cowardice. Alex read over shoulder. Squeezing. He wrote back in his head. Lydia teared. Richard bottled it all. After your mom passed. He hardened. But you. His light. Drive home cathartic. Ethan dictating a memoir outline to Alex circuits of the heart. Turn pain to pages. Back. Luna greeted frenzy. But mail held Barb. Court summons. Ex-coder suing for wrongful termination. Claiming discrimination twisting Ethan's public stance against him. Payback. Alex growled. Prepping defense. Trial loomed winter. Media circus. Prep sessions marathon. Depositions relived. Ethan's testimony raw. I fired for sabotage. Not identity. Alex cross-examined mock. Gentle then grilling. Snow fell opening day. Courthouse steps mobbed. Plaintiff testified. Hale targeted me queer agenda paranoia. Gasps. Flashes. Ethan's turn, steady gaze to jury. I built this firm on merit. He faked harms to kneecap it. My queerness. Fuel. Not flaw. Alex's closing scorched. Vengeance masked as victimhood. Hale rises above. Verdict. Dismissal. Sanctions on plaintiff. Outside. Snow swirling. Ethan pulled Alex into blizzard kiss. We won. Not we you. But I shown mutual. Spring bloomed renewal. Memoir deal inked. Horizon annual. Luna puppied a litter metaphor. They joked. Aunt Lydia visited. Bonding over brunches. Sharing Richard tales unvarnished. One evening. Lakeside cabin revisit. Bonfire crackling. Esmore sticky. Ethan raised glass. To ghosts at peace. Alex clinked. And lives electric. In embers glow. Ethan glimpsed eternity not inheritance. But ignition. Love's unbreaking current. Summer sweltered the city into haze. Hill's expansion humming new Austin hub. Green certified. Hiring waves of diverse talent. Ethan helmed it virtually. Alex shuttling briefs. Their rhythm a well-oiled algorithm. Weekends escape to Fire Island Pines. Gay enclave paradise. Dunes whispering secrets. Beach bonfires pulsing with bass. There. Ethan shed CEO skinboard shorts low. Alex's laughter free. Bodies bronzed and bare under stars. Idol shattered by email. Legacy leak full disclosure. Attached, scan will codicil. Richard's hand, if Ethan claims Hale. Reveal all, his lifestyle doomed the firm. Protect it from scandal. Ethan's stomach plummeted. Forged. Noink matched. Notary stamped pre-death. Richard's final jab. Posthumous. Alex scanned it grave. Contingency lawyer paranoia. But releasing guts you. Or freeze me. Ethan paced the deck. Waves crashing judgment. I've hidden enough. Publish it myself context. His fears. My triumph. Risky calculus, backlash, or breakthrough. They workshopped the Peace in YT op-ed. My father's final cut, from rejection to reclamation. Raw lines poured, boyhood awe. Coming out chasm. Bids blaze. Love's anchor in Alex. Published Tuesday. Storm hit. Pundits pilloried daddy issues CEO. But allies amplified, glad endorsement. Viral threads from queer youth. Stock dipped. Then rebounded on sympathy surge. Board convened emergency. Ethan faced them unbowed. This changes nothing except transparency. Votes split, but majority held, trust intact. Evelyn, now confident, pulled him aside. Your father's poison. We cure it together. Post-meeting high faded into fatigue. Alex noticed over dinner farm to table in Soho. Candle flicker soft. You're running on fumes. Amor. Retreat. The Hamptons beckoned. Richard's old summer escape. Willed to charity, but loaned back. Salt air revived. Mornings surfing swells. Afternoons hammocked with manuscripts. Luna romped beaches. Fetching sticks like joy incarnate. One dusk. Walking Titteline. Ethan unearthed a locket silver. Wave-worn, inside. Miniature Richard and young Ethan. Arms linked. How? Alex marveled. Tide's gift. Ethan clasped it. Symbols sinking, connections endure erosion. Back in Manhattan. Fall foliage framed fresh chapters. Horizon 2, global. Virtual tracks for remote queer creators. Keynote duo, Ethan unveiling. Alex moderating. Chemistry electric audience whoops at their banter. Rings catching light. But shadow stalked. Ex-partner Marcus resurfaced email apologetic, saw the op-ed. Oh, you sorry for bailing. For spilling to press post-split. Confession, he'd vented to a journo. Fueling early smears. Ethan met him neutral ground coffee in neutral Brooklyn. Marcus. Softer-edged now. Therapy sculpted. I envied your fire. Hurt you to dim mine. Forgiven. Ethan extended hand. Write your story guest post on our blog. Marcus lit. Deal. Redemption rippled. Marcus's piece trended. Humanizing fractures. Evelyn pitched mentorships for ex-employees. Harlan's specter exorcised. Thanksgiving gathered fold. Aunt Lydia. Alex's mom via video from L.A. Luna under table. Toasts to Richard flaws and all. He taught grit. Ethan said. Carving turkey. We teach grace. Alex's foot nudged his. And love. Winter wonderland. Holiday party at Hale. Drag brunches. Toy drives for shelter kids. Ethan. In sequin vest. Danced with Alex to RuPaul remixes. World blurring benevolent. New Year's Eve. Rooftop bash, confetti rained. Resolutions whispered. Expand the family. Alex murmured. Hand on Ethan's belly joking. But eyes probed. Adopt. Ethan grinned. Luna's practice pup. Fireworks bloomed. City aglow. In crescendo. Ethan realized. Legacy wasn't company or codicil. But constellation connections chosen. Resilient as code. The new year dawned ambitious. Hale's blueprint sprawling. Satellite offices in Berlin. Sao Paulo. Each a beacon for inclusive tech. Ethan jetted first to Europe. Alex trailing for EU regs. Their layovers lovers respites Paris cafes. Stolen croissants and caresses. Global empire. Personal paradise. Alex teased over escargot. Berlin leg grounded harsh. Protests outside the hub launch locals decrying American gentrification. Chants echoing pre-war ghosts. Inside. Ethan addressed throng, translator fluid. We're not conquerors collaborators. Hire local. Train queer coders. Fund community grants. Hands shaken. Doubts dissolved. Buy clothes. Partnerships forged with startups blending AI and activism. Stateside. Alex's caseload swelled class action for discriminated devs. Hail amicus. Nights. Ethan massaged knots from his shoulders. Murmurs mapping dreams. Kids someday too. Chaotic. With your brains. My charm. World changers. Alex turned. Kiss deepening promise. Spring sprouted personal bloom, adoption seminars. Profiles vetted. Not rushing. Ethan cautioned. But heart tugged at foster tales teens like young him. Identities invisible. Corporate churn 2. Acquisition target. A VR firm pioneering empathy sims for bias training. Due diligence unearthed skeletons founder embezzling. Ties to conversion camps. Ethan killed the deal publicly. Integrity over innovation. Backlash from short-sighted suits. But kudos from ethics watchdogs. Valuation spiking. Aunt Lydia's health faltered, hip fracture. Hospital hush. Ethan flew Boston. Alex in tow. Holding vigil. Her room bloomed lilies. Stories spilling. Richard's hidden sketchbooks. Portraits of Ethan as teen. Fierce and free. He burned most ashamed of softness. But these treasures. Ethan pocketed one. Charcoal him. Eyes defiant. Thank you. Recovery rallied her. Discharge brunch. Mimosas light. Mary properly church. For the grandkids. Alex choked laughter. Vegas was us. But ceremony. Count on it. Back. Wedding fever gripped. June vow renewal. Central Park Conservatory. Wildflowers wild. Guests eclectic board allies. Queer icons. Marcus toasting redemption. Vows raw. Ethan's. You saw my code. Cracked my walls. Alex's. Together. Unbreakable algorithm. Honeymoon Maldives idol. Overwater bungalows. Reef dives. Night star canopied. Snorkel drifts. Hand and flipper. Ethan's surfaced epiphany. Family's fluid blood. Chosen. Forged. Return thrust crisis. Cyber breach at Austin ransomware locking servers. Demands in crypto. Ethan activated war room. Alex liaising FBI. Hack trace to rival. Ex-Harlan plant. Pay or perish. Analyst fretted. No. Ethan greenlit white hat counter his old echelon algo. Flipping the script. Exposing hackers. Arrests followed. Headlines hailing, Hale's hack back. Triumph tempered by toll. Exhaustion etched Ethan. Migraines pulsing. Alex intervened. Therapy. Stat. Unpack the codicil ghost. Sessions unearthed strata. Resentment thawing to sorrow. Richard's fear mirroring Ethan's. He armored wrong. Therapist nodded. You build bridges. Summer solstice. Horizon 3. Hybrid. Metaverse mixer for global queernet. Ethan avatar ed as himself. Alex as cyberlacrosse star. Dancing digital. Connection spark teen from rural Texas Demang. You gave me script to come out. Fall foliage framed foster pivot. Approved for emergency placement. 16-year-old Jamie arriving scared. Spikes and sarcasm shield. Not here to play dad. He spat first dinner. Ethan nodded. Plating pasta. Cool. Roommate then rules. Honesty. Tacos Tuesdays. Alex added. And bad movie nights. Luna licked Jamie's hand. Ice cracking. Weeks wove bonds. Coding lessons. Pride parade floats. Jamie's walls tumbled. My folks shipped me after. You know. We know. Ethan hugged brief. Stays as long as. Thanksgiving quintet. Lydia wheeled in. Jamie carving tentative. Toasts layered past pains. Present graces. Winter whispered expansion. Jamie's school play. Ethan's TED Talk. Love's legacy code. Applause global. Ripples real. In quiet moments. Alex's hand on Ethan's. Our circuit complete. Nearly infinite. The circuit sparked brighter with Jamie's integration. His snark softening to Story's Midwest expulsion. Street survival till shelter scoop. Ethan mirrored memories. MIT isolation. Bars as lifelines. Coded my way out. He shared garage tinkering. Jamie's eyes widened. Show me. Saturday's birth ritual. Loft lab. Soldering circuits into bots that danced to EDM. Alex refereed. Luna supervising with chewed wires. Future Hale heir? Alex joked, ruffling Jamie's dyed tips. Not her partner. Jamie grinned. First unguarded. Corporate cosmos aligned. Hale's IPO whispers. Underwriters circling. Alex helmed legal. Clauses ironclad for diversity quotas. Roadshow blitz SF pitches. NYC schmoozes Ethan center stage. Narrative magnetic. From disowned to dynasty. For all who dream different. Subscribers surged. But scrutiny sharpened. SEC probe on the bid's opacity. Routine. Alex soothed. But audits dragged. Dredging emails. Exposing Ethan's alias angst. Testimony chamber. Fluorescent stark. Suits probing. Intent to deceive. Lead counsel pressed. Ethan level. Protect legacy from prejudice. Now. Transparent as glass. Cleared with caution. But toll tallied sleepless. Stomach knotted. Jamie noticed, dude. You're fraying. Like my old threads. Therapy doubled. Unpacking imposter syndrome. Am I worthy? Or just vengeful? Worthy wins. Therapist affirmed. Spring bloomed Jamie's milestone. GED crush. College apps to NYU Tech. Celebration dinner his choice. Dim some steam Alex toasting. To circuit sparked. But Bloom bruised. Lydia's decline accelerated cancer shadow. Hospice hushed. Ethan bedside. Holding veined hand. Proud. Nephew like your dad wished. Her last, love loud. Funeral spring rain lashed. Graveside small, family few. Friends fierce. Eulogy Ethan's, she bridged gaps we couldn't. Rest bridging stars. Grief galvanized, Lydia fund. Scholarships for elder LGBTQ care. Jamie helped launch. Voice steady at presser, for aunties like her. Summer simmered IPO launch. Bell rung NYSE. Confetti queer rainbowed. Stock soared 40%. Champagne corporate. After party rooftop. Alex pulled Ethan alcove, phase to our expansion. Eyes twinkling. He knelt, biological. Surrogate lined. Ethan's breath caught. Joy surging. Yes, our code evolves. Process panged, clinics. Choices. Hopes hovering. Fall harvest, embryo transfer success. Heartbeat first ultrasound a symphony. Jamie. Now NYU frosh. Dormed, but weekends home. Luna's shadow. Lil Sib. Wild. He gifted onesie, tiny circuit board. Winter wrapped wondrous, bump blooming. Holidays holographic virtual toasts with Berlin crew. New Year's. Snow globed. Ethan whispered to swell. Welcome. Legacy. But legacy tested. Whistleblower claim old Hale exec alleging bid bribery. Fabricated. But headlines howled. Alex quashed swift. But stress spiked contractions false. Bed rest enforced. Ethan loftbound. Laptop legions. Jamie cooked burnt, but heartfelt Alex balanced briefs and belly rubs. Team Hale unbreakable. He murmured. Probe proved prank rival sabotage. Relief rippled. But lesson lingered, vigilance vital. Spring delivery, boy. Cries clarion. Named Riley after Richard. Softened. Hospital haze. Ethan cradled tiny fist. Circuit starts. Homecoming chaos. Luna sniffed curious. Jamie cooed uncle. Nights fragmented. But love logarithmus exponential. In Riley's gurgles. Ethan saw full loop. From nothing left. To everything, forge family fractal. Infinite. Unyielding. Riley's infancy wove wonder and wear. Colic symphonies punctuating code compiles. Ethan delegated more. COO stepping up. Focus familial, midnight feeds. Alex's lullabies in Spanish. Jamie's dorm dashes for diaper runs. Uncle duty calls. He'd text. Arriving with takeout and tales of campus queers. Hale hummed autonomous. Austin thriving. Berlin birthing breakthrough AI therapist for trans youth. Piloted free. Ethan guest tested. Voice cracking. Feels seen. Corporate callback. Advisory board invite. World Economic Forum. Davos December. Snow swathed. Ethan paneled. Tech for equity. Alex moderating remote. Peers probed. From betrayal to boardroom blueprint. Authenticity algorithm. Code as you are. Applause echoed. Deals downstream. Homefront harmony hummed. But harmonics hitched. Riley's fever spike. ER-heart hammering. Pediatrician calm. Teething tumult. Relief raw. Ethan clung to Alex. Fragile freight. Freight. Treasure. Kiss sealed. Spring sprouted Riley's roll. Giggles gravitational. Jamie graduated cum laude. Thesis on ethical hacks. Hale internship sealed. Ceremony seats. Ethan. Alex. Riley gurgling. Lydia's locket pinned. Post-grad party loft packed. Toasts tumbling. Marcus. Now collaborator. From fallout to family cheers. Summer sailed serene. Beach Hamptons. Riley sand splashed. Jamie lifeguarding local. Evenings fire pits. Story Stella Richards reborn via tales. Not taunts. Fall framed forward. Riley's first steps. Wobbly to Ethan's arms. Video viral internal. Morale multiplier. But autumnal audit unearthed anomaly. Legacy fund shortfall $2M misallocated. Trails to phantom vendor. Forensic dive. Insider fraud. Evelyn's deputy skimming for traditional values. PAC. Confrontation crisp. Deputy confessed tearful. Your changes threaten my world. Ethan even. Mine too. Once. Repay. Reformer resign. She chose restitution. Therapy mandated. Op-ed co-penned. From thief to trusted. Winter warmed with wonder. Riley's words. Dada. Dual. Melting. Holidays hybrid. Berlin Zoom. Austin in person. Table groaning multicultural. New Year's reflection. Journal entry. Ethan's. From nothing. Nexus. Dad's void filled not by vengeance. But volume love's vast variable. Riley's second spring. Park picnics. Push swing pushes. Jamie Datita. Barista baritone. Wedding bells hinted. Your turn mentoring me. Always. Hill's horizon. Moonshot. Satellite net for remote queer access education. Therapy beamed. Launch live streamed. Riley on Ethan's lap. Tiny hand waving. Global cheers crested. But quiet quarter hour. Alex. Post-broadcast. Nelta new. Second vow. Eternity upgrade. Ethan pulled him up. Rings renewed. Affirmative. Summer solstice summit. Horizon 4. Riley toddling stages. Jamie keynoting. Crowd captivated. Connections cascading. Fall fostered family fusion. Jamie's engagement. Beach betrothal. Riley ring bearer waddling. Winter wrapped wisdom. Davos redux. Ethan elder stated. Riley babbling backdrop. Legacy. Lived. Not left. In circuits closing. Ethan etched truth from souled shadows. Sun risen love's ledger. Balanced in boundless belonging. Years layered like code commits. Hale's empire empathetic satellites spanning. Apps alleviating isolation worldwide. Ethan. 40 now. Silver threading temples. Helmed lighter. Mentorships his métier. Riley's recitals rivaling reports. Alex. Partner perpetual. Pivoted practice to pro bono. Queer rights vanguard. Riley rocketed, school star. Circuits his crayon. Questions quantum. Papa. Why rainbow robots? Bedtime baffle. Because love loops every color. Ethan explained. Alex adding. And bugs make M dance. Jamie married Mateo. Loft ceremony laughter laced. Riley flower-fisted. Honeymoon gift, Adirondacks cabin. Renovated solar panels. Pride porch swing. Full circle. Jamie toasted. Corporate cadence continued. Acquisitions audited for alignment. Divestments decisive. One snag. Shanghai suitor redux. Sweetened terms. Board balked. Billions beckon. Ethan vetoed. Billions bought blind once. We build bridges. Not borders exploited. Stocks stuttered. But stewards stayed ethical. ETFs eclipsed. Personal pulses peaked. Riley's 10th. VR party virtual visiting Berlin kin. Cake confetti cannon. Wish whispered. World without walls. Alex overheard. Eyes misting. Your blueprint. Kid. Aunt Lydia's absence ached. Annual memorial merged with fun gala. Scholarships swelling. Honoree that year. Trans engineer. Tearful. Your bid bought my belonging. Fall foliage framed family foray. Road trip Route 66. RV rumbling. Riley shotgun quizzing history. Stops storied Stonewall echoes in Chicago. Silicon seeds in garages. Dad built from nothing. Riley probed. Like you sparked a storm. Ethan squeezed hand. Winter wove wisdoms. Davos decades on. Ethan legacy laureate. Riley remote wrapped. Panel progeny. Sustaining the spark. Post-talk. Old rival Harlan's shadow. Softened septuagenarian approached. Watch from afar. You righted my wrongs. Sorry. Handshake heavy. Healing. Water under bridges. Spring surged serendipity. Riley's project. App for foster connections hail-backed. Beta buzzed. Jamie consulted code. Mateo marketed. Summer solstice. Horizon zenith. Global gala metaverse melded. Riley emceed teen track. Voice vibrant. From hidden to horizon thanks. Dads. Tears triple. Ethan. Alex. Jamie. Fall fostered forward. College apps for Riley. NYU nod full loop. Your Alma. Upgraded. He grinned. Winter wrapped with wonder. Cabin Christmas. Snow-sculpted sentinels. Fireside. Richard's sketchbook shared portraits past. Riley tracing lines. Grandpa's gift. Guarded heart. Ethan nodded. Now ours. New Year's nexus. Rooftop redux. Riley 12. Confetti queer. Toast telescoped. Past purchased. Present prized. Future forged. In embers eternal. Ethan etched epilogue. From father's final nothing. Son's infinite Alove's algorithm. Ever evolving. Error-free in embrace. Riley's NYU launch loomed luminous storm drop-off dawn. Teary tandem drive. Proud chaos. Alex choked. Unloading boxes. Riley hugged fierce. Learned from best. Update the empire. Always. Ethan watched him blend into bustle. Heart holographical. Yet hollow-tinged. Hail hummed hybrid. Ethan advisory. Alex advocacy lead. Jamie CTO rising. Quarterly quests. Quantum leaps. Queer quanta. One autumn audit. Anomaly again fund flux. Foreign flimflam. Trace to troll farm. Disinformation den. Counter-Strike swift. Expose. Educate app add-on for fact flush. Global gratitude gushed. Riley's class cited it.